You are live. Okay, cool. So, look, I'm just getting back home really from eating lunch slash dinner, and I'm like, I overate way too much, right? So, cheers. Mm. But a little something I did want to cover today. Um, I guess maybe to share some of my plays, right? So what I've got out there and what I what I'm planning on, right? So now Bitcoin is up to $23,500, right? So of course I didn't see this coming, but I didn't see Bitcoin yet dropping down to $19,000. I was more positioned in altcoins. So you name it, right? So I was expecting that blow off top to come in altcoins to really make it an altcoin season like what we all remember of 2017. So that was really what I was waiting for. And really, I didn't take enough profit and I kind of got stuck, right? Got stuck in a rut. So here I am. Now, my limit buy order of Bitcoin did fill at 21,000. Another limit buy order did fill at 19,000 on Bitcoin. Bitcoin dropped to like 17,500-ish a couple weeks ago. I was in Peoria, Illinois at the time. And I had a few bucks to take advantage of it, sitting on an exchange in US dollar form, ready to pounce, but I did not make a move at 17.5. I did not believe that we were going that low. But anyway, here lately I've been on a few different channels. Many other people that I used to listen to many years ago are calling for a crypto bull run, maybe a mini bull run, which I kind of do suspect that to happen, to me, it already has played out. Bitcoin on the day is already up 10% roughly. How long is this going to go? I don't know. Is Bitcoin going to 30,000? I don't know. What I will say is this, though, as far as the sentiment changing, right? So I'm still expecting Bitcoin to go lower and just hover for around 19,000-ish, just to stay at that ballpark. But really, when you do the math, and this is something that a lot of people are discussing. Let's go to all, right? So Bitcoin touched 69,000, something like that. Let's just call that 65,000, right? And a good Fibonacci to pay attention to is the 786. So at 786, if you study previous market cycles, Bitcoin has retraced 85% from all-time highs, but let's just take 65,000. Alexa, 65,000 minus 80%.
65,000 minus 80% is 13,000.
So at 13,000, so are we going to see Bitcoin at 13,000? From just say 65,000, not 69,000, because you and I don't get those deals. That's only for people who work, at the exchanges. We don't get the exact high, we don't get the exact low, but we can come close. So if this is this a bull trap? I kind of think so. Um, so anyway, if we get back up to 30,000, right? From here, I'm kind of thinking about doing a play with my Bitcoin. Could Bitcoin go to 40,000? Absolutely. So here it is back in April, around 40,000, right? So of this year, April of this year, just a few months ago. Could it go to 50? Absolutely. Right? It's just figuring out, it's a numbers game. You have to figure out what numbers work for you. In either way, so right now I still have limit buy orders out there on Digibyte at 0.0075. And however, this is a play that I'm going to be doing myself personally. Don't do what I do. I could get wrecked. First off, I do not trade on leverage whatsoever. I'm just sharing to you what I'm doing in this instance, right? So now, when Bitcoin goes up, what happens to alts? Any altcoin, most altcoins, they go up tenfold of what Bitcoin does. Okay. What happens when Bitcoin goes down? Those altcoins drop multiples to that percentage move as well. Now, being that I'm well positioned in altcoins, right? Ow. I bumped my toe. But anyway, being that I'm well positioned in altcoins, and I'm trying to keep this brief because I overate and I just need to go lay down. I took enough insulin to kill a horse. But anyway, right? So if Bitcoin comes up to 30,000, from here, I'm going to take 50% of my Bitcoin. At 30,000, I'm going to sell probably 25%, just say, of that 50%. And then another 25% at 40,000. And I'm just going to hold that in US dollar form. Just sitting there waiting, and it'll be on my ledger. It will not be at an exchange. Because I do see I do see the market coming up a little bit like a bull trap. So I'm going to go ahead and set my limit sells in on exchanges. But the profit that I take from that, I'm going to move that off on the sidelines to not touch. This is just one play that I'm going to do with 50% of my Bitcoin. And with that, if Bitcoin does rise up to 50,000, 60,000, we don't know that. No one does. So be a little leery of a lot of this going on out there. I'm just filling you in the different things that I'm doing, right? That's it. Not advice in any way, shape, or form. But I'm going to begin some sell orders at this time, because when you measure the capitulation of each market cycle, Bitcoin capitulates 85%. Alexa, 65,000 minus 80%. Just 80.
65,000 minus 80% is 13,000.
So are we going to see 13,000? Well, either which way it goes, I'm not selling my alts because I'm like overloaded in altcoins right now. But I will do this move where I begin to structure my sell orders of Bitcoin in a bit. Now, if Bitcoin goes up to 50, 60,000, whatever, look, my altcoins are going to outperform that percentage move either which way, right? So I'm good. And then I'm going to hold that. I may take some profit from the altcoins this time and lock that off on the sidelines. And then I'm going to be on the sidelines waiting for capitulation to finally show its ugly head. Like every other market cycle. You know, I figured out a measured move down to 21 and 19,000, what, a year ago? Not at all-time highs, but kind of close in that ballpark. But I tend to agree with a lot of these other people out here who I would consider as OGs, right? Like people from the previous cycle, the Mt. Gox cycle, stuff like that. Those are the people I like to listen to a lot because they have proven themselves correct many times. Everyone out here is calling for higher Bitcoin, higher all of this. Well, look, that's great. I do see it long term going up. Yeah. But if you want, if I would want to capitalize on these moves, this is what I'm doing. And then I'm still leaving that limit buy order on Digibyte at 0.0075. I do not believe that we have capitulated. Not to these extremes, right? 3 month doesn't really do it. What about 1 year? I mean, look at that trend down. That's in 1 year. So yeah, 69,000 all the way down here. We just bumped up a little bit. I don't know. In my opinion, we are still in a bear at the moment. And even still, if this does come up to 30,000, I'm going to sell like 25% of that 50% position of Bitcoin. And then again, at 40,000, I'll sell maybe another, 25% of that Bitcoin. Roughly every 10,000, I'll sell 25% of that 50% holding of Bitcoin. So that's just what I intend to do. So you figure out what works for you and create a plan and stick to it. Plan your trade and trade your plan. This is just one move that I'm doing. Like I said, if Bitcoin goes up, altcoins go up much, much higher than that, a higher percentage move. And I'll take profit out of that, keep all that off on the sidelines, in my ledger, of course, so not on the exchange. And then I'll begin setting limit buy orders in. The altcoins, if Bitcoin does go up, the altcoins are going to make up, in my opinion, that percentage move that I would have missed out on by selling half of my Bitcoin position. But that's just what I see going on. So I'm going to take half of my Bitcoin, move that off on the side, and then at every $10,000 interval, I'm going to sell 25% of that 50% position. Hope that makes sense. No, I'm not all out of Bitcoin. No, I'm not all out of any crypto. It's not my intention. My intention is to acquire more coins. That's it. So anyway, I hear different things. If this price comes back, I'm a double a position. Good on you. That's great. I really do hope that happens. Everyone needs to figure out where they are comfortable with. I mean, if you just have a dollar cost average going in, that's great. If you wish to swing trade, that's great. This is just what makes sense in my mind for me to do. That's all. And, I'm just sharing with y'all what I'm doing. Nothing more. Right? So anyway, I guess that's about it. Like I said, over 8. So I'm going to go get cleaned up and go lay down and probably join the Twitter spaces later on this, Probably in about an hour. So I got an hour to go get cleaned up, and yeah, I got to shave too. So anyway, with that, y'all be cool. Come check us out on Twitter, on the Digibyte Twitter Spaces. Later.